there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to decompress about. There's a lot to think about. First and foremost, as always, congratulations to the Phoenix Suns. They're moving on to the Western Conference Finals for the first time in over 10 years, I believe. They made the trade of the offseason, for Chris Paul, for Kelly Oubre, and basically nothing for the most part. I think the fact that they were able to clear that kind of space and get a player that 2 years ago people thought had the worst contract in basketball. When Houston got rid of him and he went to the Thunder, people thought that was his downfall. But Chris Paul was able to carry the Thunder to the 5th seed last year and then carry the Phoenix Suns to the 2 seed this year. So there's a lot of stuff to celebrate when it comes to that. There's a lot of things to be very happy about when it comes to that. So congratulations to them. I think that if you are a Nuggets fan, and let me go ahead and say this, y'all, we have been building like crazy. We were at 7,000 subscribers. We have gained 7,000 subscribers in 1 year. I want you to know that that literally is astronomically high. You won't find really any other channel that has grown that fast. So the fact that we have gained 7,000 subs in one season of basketball, not including any football stuff, is huge. So we're just getting started. We're going to keep going and keep pressing and moving. I'm going to continue to cover the playoffs. That way you'll continue to have stuff from this channel. And then we're going to really move into football season, especially in the next couple of weeks as the summer rolls around. But y'all, what a season. We have literally made a video for every single game. We didn't miss a game. We covered in between stuff when the All-Star break. We covered end of season awards. I mean, we have literally done over 80 plus videos together. I think 90 videos. So the fact that we even did this together on this journey, y'all, I can't say enough SwipaCam for you all to make it through the first season with me, and we are only going to get bigger and better from here. So I just wanted to say that before we talk about it, because I know it's easy to talk about everything that happened with the game, but it's really important to focus on the important things. And the important things is we are building a community that celebrates basketball, that celebrates football, international basketball especially. So, we're going to do it together. Anyway, y'all, so tonight was a bit of a lot. We, when you watched the Denver Nuggets, you knew that eventually this was going to happen, right? Where the Denver Nuggets, they just weren't going to be able to punch back like normal. The Denver Nuggets haven't lost 3 straight games all season, let alone 4 games all season. And so for them to lose 4 straight games to Phoenix Suns goes to show you that not only are the Phoenix Suns a really good team, really well-balanced team, but how wildly overmatched they were at the guard position, how wildly overmatched they were from a leadership standpoint. And again, I don't mean leadership as in an indictment of Yoke at all, so don't hear that. It's more so Chris Paul was able to galvanize a really young team in a really real way. But the thing is that Jamal Murray, more than ever, you understand and see that why he is a max player for the Denver Nuggets. As I've said, Nikola Jokic is the water. He adjusts. He's Bruce Lee. But Jamal Murray is the fire that makes the Denver Nuggets work. He is the engine behind. He's the power of the engine. He's what gets you through really adverse and tough moments. And so to not have Jamal Murray in the most critical games of the season, to not have Jamal Murray when you need him most, to not have Jamal Murray in the situation has led us to where we are now, to where Yoke is asked to do an inordinate amount. He's really asked to do something that maybe a peak LeBron James could have ever done, but no one else. The fact that Nikola Jokic in the playoffs this year, so he played 10 games in the playoffs. Per StatMuse, he averaged 29.8 points per game, 11.6 rebounds a game, 5 assists per game on 51, 38, 84. And they said, we don't want to hear any Jokic slander. The fact that Nikola Jokic averaged 26, basically 26.4, 10.8, and also 8.3 assists. The fact that he did that led the lead in PER by a wide mile. And I think it's frustrating because, had LeBron James, Chris Paul, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Luka Doncic even, maybe Kevin Durant, James Harden, had they had that flagrant call in that situation, it's hard to see them getting thrown out of a game. And I was so shocked because we've seen Yoke do take fouls all the time. Terrence Ross came out today and said that, Yoke did that to me earlier this season. He basically slapped the black off of me when he was jesting. But Yoke does that. This is probably going to be the end of that. That's the first thing. This is probably the end of the take fouls and frustration fouls, and it probably should be because, again, we've had this conversation about Yoke for years. It's slowed down a lot. He hasn't had a flagrant foul in over 300 games or something. But the thing is, Yoke, he's gotten the short whistle all year, to be frank. He's gotten the worst whistle of any star. Per the graphics, I think Ryan Blackburn or somebody might have had it, maybe Matt Moore, maybe Harrison Wynn. They talked about it on DMVR too. Per superstars who are in the paint, per superstars who are shooting, he has the worst shooting foul rate of any superstar in the NBA by a pretty wide chasm, and it really has played itself out this year. Yoke should be averaging around 8 free throws per game, but he's averaging around 4 or 5. It's pretty remarkable that you can have a center. And in this series, for instance, Devin Booker had more free throws than Nikola Jokic. Devin Booker, a fringe all-star, not a lock-in all-star, a fringe all-star, had more free throws than Yoke. So for everything to happen the way it does and the way it did, it's very frustrating. If you're a Nuggets fan, you have been watching Yoke play this season. You watch how remarkable he's been in spite of the lack of respect that he's gotten around the NBA. And tonight, again, I hate to talk about it, but, Nick Wright coming out and saying that, this is why Chris Paul is the MVP because he scores a season-high 35 points in a game. It just goes to show you it's like salt on the wound. But, again, it's temporary. And I want to remind people it's temporary. What you're seeing from people, the disrespect to Yoke, the disrespect to the Denver Nuggets is temporary because situationally, of course, if this team had Jamal Murray, the season would be remarkably different, y'all. For that 2-week stretch, they were 8-0. They were 8-0 with that squad, and we thought, man, this is easily NBA Finals. NBA Finals this year, easily. But then on top of that, y'all, you got to remember that LeBron James got the same kind of back talk. It still does, got the same kind of back talk, and he's a 4-time champion, but he got it early in his career before he won. So did Dwayne Wade, even though he won early. Michael Jordan got it. Before he won, when he was 29 years old, he got the back talk. He got the slander. It takes winning, and I believe Jokic going to win an NBA championship, but until he does, because he is a Serbian, he looks like he's not supposed to be playing as well as he does. He looks like he's out of shape, even though he's not. He looks like he's not a superstar because, he won the MVP in a year that everybody got discounted because of this and that, because of all that. Of course, people are going to slander him, man, but you know what? That's going to make the journey that much sweeter. The fact that we know Jokic's going to eventually win. Jokic's going to eventually get a ring. Murray's going to be back healthy. MPJ's going to be even better. We're going to talk about the series. We're going to have conversations about what do the Nuggets need to do going forward, how do they need to change, roster, all that stuff. But y'all, we're going to just talk about the good thing and the frustrating thing. Of course you want to see him win. Of course you don't want to see him get swept. But Kobe got swept. Michael Jordan got swept. Shaquille O'Neal got swept. It happens. But you know what? All of those organizations looked at the best player they had, who were MVP-level players, and they said, you know what? We're going to do whatever we have to do. We're going to go get Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen, and Dennis Rodman. We're going to go get him Ron Harper, Steve Kerr. We're going to go get him shooters. We're going to go get him defenders. Make sure he got what he has to go beat the Celtics, go beat the Pistons. You know what? We're going to give Shaquille O'Neal Kobe Bryant. We're going to give Shaquille O'Neal Dwayne Wade. That's what you have to do. That's what has to be done. So they have no choice. The Cronkies, they have dropped the absolute ball. The Denver Nuggets, you ain't even been able to watch the basketball game unless you were streaming illegally for most of the season because of this Comcast Altitude Sports Network nonsense. So we have had to endure all kinds of adversities in order to even watch basketball this season. And so I believe from my heart of my heart that the Denver Nuggets are going to be even better next year. You think that Nikola Jokic is proud that he got ejected during the third quarter of an elimination game? Nah. If you know Jokic might be crying. He's definitely angry at himself. Jokic, that's not his MO. He apologized last game on a 32, 20, and 10 performance because he felt like he missed too many shots. And he feels like he let his team down, which he did. He shouldn't have got thrown out, but again, take fouls, man. He shouldn't have done it, but again, he shouldn't have got thrown out either. But again, Jokic's going to come off on a murderer's row streak next year to start the year because he has to. Michael Porter Jr. is going to get a whole offseason. You're going to get 3 months. Go work on your handles. Go work on your hand strength. Go work on your mobility. And come back ready to be an all-star player. Come back ready to average 23 to 25 points per game, Michael Porter Jr. Aaron Gordon, go learn the offense. Go figure out where you fit in this offense. Go learn your role. Go work on your jump shot. Will Barton, go get healthy. There's so many things to be proud of, man. Like, think about this, y'all. Like, Jamal Murray went from an 18 points per game player to a player averaging 21.7 points per game, I think, on 49% from the field and over 41% from three and almost 90% from the line. Jamal Murray was making leaps, man. Had a 50-point game, shooting 21 of 25 from the field on 10 of 12 from the three-point line. Or 8 of 10, rather. With no free throws. I mean, Michael Porter Jr., man, went on a streak. I don't know how many games where he was scoring over 20 points a game. When Jamal Murray came back, when I went down, he was averaging 25 points per game. And we was like, bruh, sheesh. He is the second most effective shooter in NBA history of any player averaging over 19-plus points per game, other than Wilt Chamberlain. There's a lot to celebrate. There's a lot to look forward to. Jokic won an MVP. Y'all, sit back. Nikola Jokic won an MVP at the age 25 season. Jokic won an MVP during his age 25 season. And people think this is the best he ever gonna be? Y'all, come on now. Come on now, Nuggets fans. Come on now, Nuggets Nation. I know it ain't ideal. I know it ain't pretty. I know you're going to have to hear it, but y'all, go check Twitter, man. Matter of fact, again, follow me on Twitter. SwipaCam on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Shannon Sharp, even Skip Bayless, Ja Morant, a bunch of folks in the NBA that watching basketball say Jokic never should have been thrown out the game. How you going to throw the MVP out? Stephen A. Smith, how you going to throw the MVP out? Never before seen. Never before seen. In an elimination game? There's only been 2 MVPs in the last 25 years to be thrown out of a playoff game. And it was Steph Curry when he threw his mouthpiece. And then it was tonight. So, Cameron Payne was rolling around on the ground, and I knew he was faking it. He got up, no blood everywhere. Here's the thing. Jokic been bleeding this season. Torrey Craig got his face busted last year. We got all kind of stuff. So, I know when a player is hurt. Paul Millsap got his whole thing busted. His forehead was busted up. Cameron Payne rolled on the ground. I was like, bro, I better see some blood when he get up. Nope, no blood. He sold it. Flagrant 2. So, I know it's frustrating you all. I know it's not fun, but y'all, we going to get there. The Nuggets going to get there. They have to get there. They got the people. They got the best player in the NBA this year. And you know what? It sucks, man. But it's a part of the process. It's part of the process. I saw a graphic on Twitter where it said Kobe Bryant in a 4-year period. Kobe Bryant in a 4-year period. One of my favorite players of all time. He lost in the second round. Lost in the Western Conference. Got swept that next year. And then won an NBA Finals in his 4th year in the playoffs. So I believe, man. I'm believing in this team. At every step of the way, people have doubted the Nuggets, have doubted Jokic, have doubted Murray, doubted MPJ, doubted Michael Malone, doubted Tim Connolly. But they're going to do it. They got the pieces. Now, just go get healthy. Just go get healthy. Do what you need to do. Go get healthy. Go get some rest, Jokic. You played more basketball than anybody in the league over the last 2 seasons. You won the MVP. Go back to Sombor. Go celebrate with your people. Go enjoy it with your wife, Natalia. Go enjoy it with your brothers. Go enjoy it with your mom and dad. But they're going to be back. I've had so much fun this year, you all. I mean, just to think about where we were with the beep episode and all that stuff and starting the channel off, didn't even have a pop filter on the microphone, and just thinking about the things that we went through, the video, thinking about we're going to have a camera next year, all this other stuff, man. Think about everything we've done on this channel, how far we've come, and we're moving on to going to Belgrade, Serbia. And this is only just getting started. So I just want to say thank you all from the bottom of my heart for being here, for making this channel what it is just so far. You know, we're going to be at 100K before we know it. And you know what? Everybody going to have to join on the bandwagon as, hey, SwipaCam, this is what we do. So I'm proud of this team. They fought without Jamal Murray. They made it to the second round of the playoffs. I don't care what nobody else says. LeBron James didn't make it past the first round. None of the other teams that made it to the Eastern or Western Conference Finals made it past the first round. They all got beat in the first round. But Jokic did it. He averaged 30 points per game, 11 rebounds per game, and 5 assists per game in the playoffs, and did what he was supposed to do. Man. So people can say what they want. They can talk what they want. But the Nuggets going to be back, y'all. All right. Swipe again. I'll see you in a couple days. Peace out.